Before you do anything else today, I need you to pause for a moment. Stop what you are doing, take a breath, and listen very carefully. Because what I am about to share with you could be the reason you wake up tomorrow morning, or the reason you do not. This is not meant to scare you, but it is something most people never hear until it is too late. There is something happening quietly every single night, while you are asleep, while you feel safe, while you believe your body is resting. But in reality, this is when the body can be at its most vulnerable. And for many people, this is when everything suddenly stops. No warning, no pain, no second chance. Let me tell you about someone I once knew. His name was Hassan. He was 72 years old, a retired teacher, a kind man, still active, still independent. He walked every morning, laughed with his grandchildren, and never complained about his health. One evening, everything felt completely normal. He had dinner, watched television, went to bed. Nothing unusual, nothing alarming. But the next morning, his wife tried to wake him up, and he never responded. He passed away during his sleep, silently, peacefully on the outside, but not peacefully inside his body. When we looked deeper into what had been happening in the months before, we did not find a sudden illness. We did not find a dramatic warning sign. Instead, we found something much more dangerous. Small habits, simple routines, things he did every single night, without ever realizing they were slowly putting his heart under pressure. And that is what makes this so serious. Because these habits are not rare. They are not unusual. In fact, millions of people are doing them tonight, without any idea of what is happening inside their bodies. A large long-term study that followed tens of thousands of older adults revealed something deeply concerning. People who followed certain nighttime routines had a significantly higher risk of serious heart events during sleep. Not a small difference, a major one. The kind of difference that separates waking up tomorrow from never opening your eyes again. And the most dangerous part is this: you will not feel it happening. There is no warning signal, no obvious symptom. It builds slowly, silently, like rust forming inside a pipe, until one day, the pipe bursts. Today, I am going to walk you through 6 nighttime habits that need to stop. We will start with the ones that seem harmless, and move toward the ones that are truly life-threatening. And I will tell you right now, number 2 on this list surprises almost everyone, because most people are doing it without even thinking. So stay with me until the end, because missing even one of these could cost you more than you realize. Before we continue, I want to ask you something personal. Write in the comments how old you are right now, and whether you have ever woken up in the middle of the night with your heart racing, or feeling like you cannot breathe properly. I read every comment, and your answers help shape what I share next on this channel. Now, let us begin. We start with a habit that seems completely harmless, something many people do every night without a second thought: eating too close to bedtime. This might sound simple, but what happens inside your body after a large evening meal is far more serious than most people realize. When you eat a heavy meal, your body immediately shifts into digestion mode. Your stomach and intestines demand a large amount of blood flow to process the food. That means your heart has to work harder, much harder. For a younger person, the body can usually handle this without much strain. But as we get older, things change. Research has shown that in older adults, the cardiovascular system reacts much more intensely after eating. Blood pressure rises, heart rate increases, and this effect can last for hours. Now, imagine this happening while you are lying down, completely relaxed, with your body expecting to rest. Instead of recovering, your heart is still working overtime. And there is another hidden danger. When you lie down with a full stomach, acid from your stomach can move upward more easily. This can irritate the system, and in some people, it can even trigger irregular heart rhythms. As we age, the body becomes less efficient at preventing this, which means the risk becomes higher, even if you never had issues before. The solution is surprisingly simple. Finish your main meal at least 3 hours before going to bed. If you feel slightly hungry later in the evening, keep it light, something small, easy to digest. And one more powerful addition: take a short walk after dinner, even just 10 minutes. This simple habit helps your body process sugar more efficiently, reduces strain on your heart, and prepares your system for restful sleep. It may seem like a small change, but small changes, repeated every night, can completely transform your health. And what we are about to discuss next becomes even more powerful when combined with this habit. Because the next mistake is something most people never question, yet it affects how your body protects itself during the most dangerous hours of the night. And this is where things start to get serious. Now we move to the next habit, and this one is rarely talked about. In fact, many people have been doing it for years, believing they are doing the right thing. It has to do with when you take your blood pressure medication. Most people take it in the morning. It feels logical. You wake up, you take your medicine, you go on with your day. But what if I told you that for many older adults, this timing may not be protecting you when you need it most? There is a critical window in the early morning hours, between around 3 and 6 in the morning. This is when the body naturally experiences a surge. Blood pressure rises, stress hormones increase, the heart becomes more active. And this is exactly when the majority of heart attacks and strokes happen. Now, think about this. If your medication is taken in the morning, its strongest effect happens during the day. But by the time you enter those early morning hours, its effect may already be fading. That means your body is left unprotected during the most dangerous part of the night. However, when medication is taken in the evening, something changes. Its peak effect aligns with that high-risk window. Your blood pressure stays more stable, exactly when your body needs it the most. Several long-term studies have shown that this simple shift in timing can significantly reduce the risk of serious cardiovascular events, heart attacks, heart failure, stroke. But listen carefully, this does not mean you should immediately change your routine tonight. Every medication is different. Every body is different. Some medications must be taken with food. Some have specific timing requirements. So before making any change, speak with your doctor. Ask the question. Start the conversation. Because something as simple as timing could have a powerful impact on your health. Now, this next habit connects directly to what we just discussed, and it is one of the most overlooked dangers for older adults. I call it the silent dehydration trap. At first glance, it seems harmless. In fact, it feels like the smart thing to do. Many people intentionally drink less water in the evening to avoid waking up at night to use the bathroom. It makes sense. No one wants interrupted sleep. But what is happening inside your body tells a very different story. As we age, our sense of thirst becomes weaker. You may not feel thirsty even when your body actually needs water. At the same time, your kidneys become less efficient. This means your body struggles more to maintain proper fluid balance. Now, here is where it becomes dangerous. When your body is slightly dehydrated, your blood becomes thicker, more concentrated, harder to flow. Imagine the difference between water and something sticky like syrup. Which one flows more easily? Your heart now has to push that thicker blood through your vessels. That requires more effort, more strain, and it increases the risk of clot formation. And clots are what lead to strokes and heart attacks. During sleep, when your body is already in a vulnerable state, this becomes even more risky. Because everything slows down, circulation becomes less dynamic, and thickened blood can become a serious threat. But the solution is not to drink a large amount of water right before bed. That will only send you back and forth to the bathroom all night. Instead, hydrate earlier, about 2 hours before sleep. Drink enough to support your body without overloading your bladder. Even better, support your hydration with the right nutrients. Minerals like potassium and magnesium play an important role in maintaining fluid balance. They help your blood vessels relax. They support stable blood pressure. And they help your body stay properly hydrated through the night. Simple foods, eaten in the late afternoon or early evening, can make a difference. Small adjustments, quiet improvements, but powerful effects over time. Now, before we continue, I want to take a brief moment. If what you are hearing is helping you understand your body better, take just a second to support this channel. Tap the like button. Subscribe if you have not already. This is more than just a channel. It is a place where we share knowledge that can help people live longer, stronger, and with more awareness. Every action you take helps this message reach someone else who may need it. Now, let us continue. Because the next habit is something I see far too often, and it breaks my heart because people have no idea what it is doing to them night after night. This is about screen exposure before sleep. Phones, tablets, television. Many people lie in bed for hours, scrolling, watching, reading. It feels relaxing. It feels harmless. But inside your body, something important is being disrupted. There is a hormone called melatonin. Most people think of it as the sleep hormone, but it is much more than that. Melatonin plays a key role in protecting your cardiovascular system. It helps maintain the health of your blood vessels. It supports recovery. It acts like a shield, protecting your body from damage. Now, here is the problem. The light from screens, especially the blue light, interferes with melatonin production. When your eyes are exposed to this light at night, your brain receives a signal that it is still daytime. So melatonin is suppressed. And when that happens, your body loses one of its natural protective systems. For younger individuals, the body may recover more easily. But as we age, melatonin production naturally declines, which means older adults are already starting at a lower level. So when screens further reduce it, the effect becomes much more significant. Over time, this can contribute to increased stress on the cardiovascular system, poor sleep quality, higher inflammation, and a greater risk of serious health issues. The solution is simple, but requires discipline. Turn off screens at least 2 hours before bedtime. Create a calm environment. Allow your body to transition naturally into rest. This single habit can dramatically improve how your body recovers each night. And now, we are moving into the most critical part of this entire discussion. Because what comes next is something that shocks most people. It sounds simple, it sounds ordinary, but it has a powerful effect on your body every single night. And chances are, you have never thought about it before. Now we arrive at the final 2 habits, and this is where everything becomes much more serious. Because these last 2 are often the most dangerous, yet the least recognized. Let us begin with the one that surprises almost everyone: the way you sleep. Specifically, sleeping flat on your back. At first, it sounds harmless, comfortable, natural. But inside your body, something very different may be happening. When you lie on your back, gravity pulls the soft tissues of your throat backward. The tongue shifts. The airway becomes narrower, in some cases, partially blocked. In others, completely obstructed for short moments. This condition is known as sleep-related breathing disruption, and it is far more common than most people realize, especially in older adults. What makes it dangerous is that it happens silently. You may not wake up. You may not remember anything. But your body knows. Every time your breathing is restricted, your brain sends an emergency signal. Your body reacts instantly. Stress hormones are released. Your heart rate spikes. Your blood pressure rises suddenly. Then, your breathing resumes, and everything settles again. But this cycle can repeat dozens, even hundreds of times in a single night. Short episodes, but repeated again and again, each one placing stress on your cardiovascular system. Over time, this constant strain increases the risk of serious conditions: irregular heart rhythms, high blood pressure, and even sudden cardiac events during sleep. Many people live with this for years without ever knowing. If you sleep with someone, ask them if you snore heavily or if they notice pauses in your breathing. If you sleep alone, there is a simple way to check. Record your breathing during the night. Often, the signs are clear. One of the simplest changes you can make is adjusting your sleep position. Sleeping on your side, especially the left side, can help keep the airway more open. A pillow placed behind your back can help prevent rolling over during sleep. For some individuals, additional support may be needed, but even small changes can significantly reduce the strain on your heart at night. Now, we come to the final habit, the most powerful one. The one that connects everything we have discussed today, and the one that quietly affects millions of people every single night. Emotional stress carried into sleep. I want you to think about your typical evening. Do you watch intense news before bed? Do you think about problems, finances, health concerns, family issues? Do you replay conversations, regrets, or worries in your mind? If the answer is yes, then your body is not truly resting, even if you are asleep. Because stress does not turn off when you close your eyes. It continues, silently but powerfully. When your mind is under stress, your body releases hormones designed for survival. These hormones increase alertness, they raise heart rate, they elevate blood pressure. This is useful in short bursts, but when it continues through the night, it becomes harmful. In a healthy state, your body is supposed to enter a period of recovery during sleep. Blood pressure should drop, heart rate should slow, your system should repair itself. But when stress is present, this process is disrupted. Your body stays in a heightened state. It never fully relaxes. It never fully recovers. Night after night, this creates continuous strain on your heart and blood vessels. Over time, the impact becomes significant, and the risk of serious cardiovascular events increases, especially as the body becomes less efficient at managing stress with age. Now, here is something important to understand. It is rarely just one factor. It is the combination: late meals, poor hydration, screen exposure, unfavorable sleep position, and underlying emotional stress. Together, they create the perfect conditions for something to go wrong. This is what happened to Hassan. It was not one single mistake. It was the accumulation of small habits, repeated every night. And underneath it all, a mind that never fully rested. But here is the good news. None of this is permanent. None of this is beyond your control. Your body has an incredible ability to recover, even later in life, when given the right conditions. The key is to create a simple evening routine that allows your body to truly rest. About 30 minutes before sleep, begin to slow everything down. Turn off screens, step away from stressful information, create a calm environment. Take a moment to reflect on something positive from your day, even something small. This simple shift can help your mind release tension. Breathing can also play a powerful role. Slow, controlled breathing signals your body that it is safe, that it can relax, that it can recover. And over time, this becomes a habit, a signal to your body that it is time to rest. You do not need complicated routines. You do not need extreme changes, just consistent, intentional actions. Because what you do in the hour before sleep shapes what happens in the hours that follow. And those hours are when your body either heals or struggles. Now, I want to leave you with something important. It is not too late. No matter your age, no matter your current condition, the body can adapt. It can improve. It can become stronger when you remove the things that are working against it. Your heart is designed to keep going. Your body is designed to support you, but it needs the right environment to do so. And that environment begins with your daily habits, especially the ones before sleep. Tonight, you have a choice, a simple one. Change one habit, just one, and let that be the beginning. Because small changes, repeated consistently, create powerful results. Before you go, I want you to do something. Write in the comments, which of these habits surprised you the most? And tell me, what is one thing you are going to change starting tonight? I read every message, and I want to hear from you. Take care of yourself. Rest well tonight, and I will see you again in the next video.